Hello, everyone. We are still doing our countdown to Christmas, and the story that I chose to read to you today is Queen of Christmas by Mary Ungerbree. Let's get started. Christmas was only 7 days away. As the self appointed Queen of Christmas, Anne Estelle had a lot to do to make sure everything went exactly the way she wanted. So many wonderful things happen around Christmas time. She didn't want to miss anything. But the most important thing, at least in Anne Estelle's mind, was the list. The list was a very, very long piece of paper on which Anne Estelle had written every single solitary item she had ever wanted and could ever imagine wanting at some later date. She started the list right after Christmas last year. It was a little long, but she couldn't see wasting a golden gift getting opportunity like Christmas. Christmas was only 6 days away. Aunt Estelle and her mother got ready to make gazillions of cookies as they did every year for family and friends. It was such fun that Aunt Estelle almost forgot the list. But then she had a thought. Shouldn't the Queen of Christmas have her own apron, just her size? Aunt Estelle added an apron fit for a queen to the list. She was happy to see there was a little more room left in case she thought of anything else. Christmas was only 5 days away. It snowed and snowed. Aunt Estelle and her father got out the old wooden sled that had been his when he was little. It was the best sled in the world and went down the hill just as fast as it could. But still, Aunt Estelle thought it would be nice to have a brand new plastic sled. She put it on her list as soon as she got home. Christmas was only 4 days away. Aunt Estelle's grandmother was coming to stay the whole rest of Christmas vacation. Aunt Estelle loved her grandmother. She couldn't wait to go ice skating with her, as they did every year when she visited. When they got to the ice rink, her grandmother showed her how to do how to do figures eight. And Estelle thought she would do figures eight much better in a sparkling red skating outfit. She decided to squeeze a red skating outfit with sparkles onto her list. Christmas was only 3 days away. The Queen of Christmas built a magnificent snowman with a carrot nose, black button eyes, and a warm wooden hat. He was even better than the snowman she built last year. Unfortunately, Aunt Estelle lost a mitten in the snow. Oh, well, she said to herself, she'll just put mittens on her list. Christmas was only 2 days away. Aunt Estelle's family, of course, went caroling in all of their neighborhoods, just as they did every year. It was so much fun. The queen wore her Christmas crown and sang the loudest of anyone. I could probably do this professionally if I had a piano to practice on. thought Aunt Estelle. Piano went on the list. Christmas was one day away. Aunt Estelle, her mother, her father, and her grandmother bought the boxes of familiar old ornaments up from the basement. It took all day to decorate the tree because friends kept dropping by to say Merry Christmas. And Estelle thought there probably probably never been a Christmas Eve that was so much fun. And Estelle hadn't thought about the list all day. Right before bed, her father reminded her to leave it next to Santa's milk and plate of cookies. And Estelle read over it carefully. She hoped she hadn't forgotten anything because that would make Christmas not quite as wonderful as it could be. As she tapped at her pencil against her lip, her father politely cleared his throat. Well, said Aunt Estelle, I guess I've done all I can do here to make Christmas perfect. Good night, everybody. And that, the list was finally finished. On Christmas morning, Aunt Estelle ran down the stairs to see what Santa had bought. Even though she didn't get everything on her list, she was surprised to find that the gifts she did get were absolutely perfect. And just as Aunt Estelle finished opening her gift, all of the aunts and uncles and cousins arrived. The Christmas celebration began in earnest. Aunt Estelle and her cousins played hide and seek and charades. They watched the old Christmas movies on TV. They ate so many cookies that Aunt Estelle thought she would never have room for Christmas dinner. But somehow she did. Later that night, after singing carols and telling stories, everyone went home. Aunt Estelle's parents finally tucked her into bed. It was Christmas exactly the way I wanted, said Aunt Estelle to her mother and father as she curled up under her covers. Ice skating with Grandma, baking the cookies, Christmas carol, decorating the tree. What about the presents you got that were on your list? Whispered her father as he turned out the lights. Oh, Dad, said Aunt Estelle. It's not just about the presents that matters. Don't you know that? He kissed her. But the Queen of Christmas had fallen asleep without thinking of even one thing to put on next year's list. This is the end of the story. I hope that you have enjoyed it.